Hello and welcome to the IT Lab, where I build and test IT solutions. In today's lab, we'll be segmenting virtual machines on the same shared subnet. But instead of wrangling multiple NSGs and subnets, like you heard in CATS, we'll use application security groups. ASGs let us create readable, manageable network security group rules. Think of it as giving each VM a label and setting traffic permissions based on that label. Simple, scalable, and dare I say it, elegant. Let's start with the setup. In Azure, I created a resource group to hold everything, then a virtual network with a shared subnet. This is where all three Windows Server VMs will live. Each VM is named based on the function it serves: finance, HR, and core services. I've also deployed Azure Bastion to provide secure remote access to each VM. No public IPs, no exposed ports. If you're not using Bastion yet, it's worth a look. Strong perimeter without the overhead. And to wrap up the foundation, just one network security group applied at the subnet level. Now here's the interesting bit. We've got three application security groups, one for each VM. They'll become our traffic control tags. All three VMs are assigned to their respective ASGs. We do this by simply editing the network interface properties of each VM and selecting the appropriate ASG. ASGs let us keep all VMs in one subnet and still enforce access control. Less fragmentation, fewer rules, and changes become non-disruptive. Next, we define NSG rules that reference these ASGs directly. We allow inbound traffic to port 80 from HR's ASG to VM core to access web services. We also allow inbound traffic to port 445 from finance's ASG to VM core to access file services. Finally, we block everything from HR to finance and from finance to HR. These rules are cleaner. Instead of tracking IP addresses or nicknames, we use the ASG labels. It's readable at a glance, like a firewall policy written in plain English. To validate everything, we use PowerShell's testnet connection. This lets us check if specific traffic is allowed or denied. It's a good way to confirm rules are working. I start from VM Finance. We test access to VM core on port 445, that's file sharing. This connects as expected. Next, I try from VM Finance to VM HR. No specific rule, so it's blocked. Exactly what we want. I then try VM HR to VM core's web service on port 80. The connection is allowed. But when I try to connect from VM HR to VM Finance, blocked again. These tests confirm the ASG-based rules are working precisely as configured, and if requirements change tomorrow, we just need to adjust ASG memberships. No need to touch subnets or reassign IPs. With ASGs, micro-segmentation becomes manageable, even in shared subnets. We've reduced complexity, tightened security, and avoided the pain of subnet restructuring. Traffic control becomes a function of group membership, not infrastructure layout. It's a win for flexibility and governance. If you found this useful, give it a like, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe for more labs like this. Got questions or feedback? Drop them in the comments. I'll see you in the next lab.